As an investor planning to invest in real estate, there are basically two ways that you can make profit from every of your investments. And in today's video, I'm going to show you those two ways. So the number one is called capital appreciation. So capital appreciation simply means increasing the value of your investment over time. Take for instance, you bought a property that is worth 10 million naira, and after a few years, the price of that property now rose to 80 million naira. So if you minus 10 million naira from 80 million, you'll be getting 8 million naira. So that 8 million naira is what we call capital appreciation. You can as well call it profit or return on your investment. And now, when it has to do with capital appreciation, there are a good number of factors that influence capital appreciation. Number one, have location growth. So when you want to buy land, the location where you are buying that property matters a lot, because location can determine if the value of that property will appreciate fast or if it's going to appreciate very slowly. Another one is infrastructural development. So infrastructural development like road construction, drainage system, electricity, houses, and then other major infrastructure in a location or maybe in an estate. This development can impact the value of your property over time. If you have these infrastructures in a location where you bought a land or maybe a house, the value of that land will keep increasing depending on the level of development happening in that location. And then we have urban expansion as one of the factors. When an urban area start expanding, I mean, more people are coming into a location and the area is expanding because of the development, because of the demand in such location. The value of properties in that location will keep increasing in value. And here are types of investment that are considered as capital appreciation investment. So first we have land banking. So land banking simply means buying a property in an underdeveloped, a developing area. Then you hold it a very long period of time and then resell in order to get capital appreciation. We call it profit or return on your investment. Another type of capital appreciation is property flipping. So property flipping simply means buying an old house and then trying to renovate that house. And after renovation, then you can put it back to the market so that you sell and get profit from your investment. And this is what most investors do. So they look out for properties that are very weak or properties that are very old. So when they buy this property, they can renovate that property to make it look better, and then after renovation, they put it back to the market and then they make money from their investment. Another type is off-plan investment. So this is one of the major aspects of capital appreciation. What investors do is that they look out for off-plan projects. So they buy these properties and then wait for that property to be completed. And once that property is completed, the value of that property will now increase. When it now increases, they can now put it back to the market and then sell in order to get capital appreciation, that is return on their investment. And then we have another aspect that is called build and sell. So this is when people buy land and then they can build on that land after building, and then they can now sell off in order to get return on their investment. And this is what most developers do here in the city of Enugu. So they buy empty land. When they buy this empty land, they can start building structures, either duplexes, either maybe residential homes, either block of flats or whatever it is. Is after building this house, they sell it out immediately in order to get massive return on their investment. And that is what we call capital appreciation. And another way to make money in real estate is what we call cash flow investment. So cash flow investment simply means property that generates a steady income or consistent income, either on monthly or annual basis after all the expenses have been paid. So in simple terms, it simply means any property that has the ability to give you a consistent income, either on monthly basis or on annual basis, is considered to be a cash flow investment. And there are about three types of cash flow investment. So the number one is what we call residential rental property. So in this aspect, you're considering something like block of flats, you're considering like duplexes, you're considering like a student apartment, you're considering like a short-let apartment like Airbnb. So this investment or these properties are considered to be cash flow investment because you can build a house. I'm talking about a block of flats where you can now rent it out to tenants and they will pay you on monthly basis, on annual basis, depending on your agreement. And you get to make a steady income on monthly basis, on annual basis. And this is what most investors do here in the city of Enugu. So they build houses and then they rent this block of flats to students or maybe to tenants who are in need of houses. And then these people will get to pay them on monthly basis and they make steady income. Another type of cash flow investment is what we call commercial properties. So when you talk about commercial properties, you're talking about warehouse, you're talking about offices, you're talking about shops or maybe plazas. And this is another way to make money either on monthly or on annual basis. So what investors do also, they buy properties. They can build warehouse where they get to rent it or maybe lease it for a period of time, and then they are being paid on monthly or on annual basis. They can also build plazas and then rent it out for shops, or maybe they build offices for people who are in need of offices and they get to pay on monthly basis, on annual basis. Now, the final type on the cash flow investment is what we call real estate investment trust. So this is when you get to earn money on monthly basis or on annual basis without having a physical property. So sometimes organizations come up with an investment strategies where they ask you to invest a particular money in a property or project that they are developing. And when you invest, you get to get your dividend either on monthly or on annual basis without owning any physical property. So if you're a smart investor or Nigerian diaspora, even a first-time buyer, and looking for a property here in the city of Enugu that will help you build cash flow or maybe capital appreciation, then let me introduce you to Peace Garden Estates. Peace Garden Estate is situated between Transecu Extension Phases and then Gulf Annex Estate. There's massive development happening in this location. And now these developments are now coming towards Peace Garden Estate. Currently in Peace Garden Estate, we started with the perimeter fencing, and very soon we'll start with drainage system and every other development that will be happening in this estate. And the property is currently selling on a pre-sale price of 20 million naira, but the actual price is 25 million naira. And as an investor, you know that one of the best times to invest into a project or into a property is during the pre-sale time. I mean, you can buy now and then you get to enjoy the future appreciation that will be happening in this property. And the good thing is that you can start with a 10 million naira initial deposit, and then you get to spread the balance across 3 months. Each plot in this estate measures 500 square meter, and it comes with a registered deed and a registered survey plan. That goes far to tell you that this property is free from land dispute, is free from government interest, and it's free from any form of litigation. I mean, this is a property that you buy today, I know that you have absolute peace of mind. So if you are looking for an affordable property, and if Peace Garden is that property that meets your need, where you can invest your money and then watch your money grow over time, just go ahead, call or WhatsApp the number showing on your screen. I will take you to the site for a free inspection, help you secure plots or more in this estate by taking advantage of the pre-sale price of 20 million naira. We look forward to seeing your call.